Hey everybody, David Valentine from Shaving Art Barbershop, and I'm here to have a conversation with you guys and engage you guys in certain things I've been noticing about barbershops and things like that. What can I say? Alright, today we're going to be talking about why haircut prices are so high. Why does a haircut cost so much money where you live? Now, whether you come from Atlanta or Florida, everybody thinks that haircut prices are way too high. Now, there are certain factors and industry events that happen, and let's just call them factors, that affect the price of a haircut where you live. Now, I'm going to be talking about 4 or 5 factors that might affect how much a haircut costs in your area. And for number 1, it's going to be competition. How many barbershops are in your immediate area? I'll give you guys an example of what I'm dealing with. We're a barbershop, and our competition consists of one other barbershop in the same town as we are. So the competition isn't that widespread, which means that getting good haircuts in this town is a little bit scarce. So now, since good haircuts are scarce and bad haircuts are a little bit easier to get, then there you have a little bit of an inflation when it comes to good haircuts. So if, let's say if I consider myself a good barber, like a skilled, experienced, licensed barber, then my prices can be a little bit higher than market prices. Studies show that the average price of a haircut in the United States is $27. So if you're charging $25, you're below average, below market value. But if you are charging $30, then you're a little bit above market value. That's usually where I try to be, $5 on top of market value. Now, number 2, who is cutting your hair? That influences the price of the haircut you're getting by a good amount. Let's say if it's somebody that's been cutting hair for 1 year versus somebody that's been cutting hair for 10 years. I always think veterans, if you've been doing this for longer, you definitely have to get compensated for what you're doing. Don't let anybody tell you you can't charge more for what you can do. Because if you're letting other people, influence what you make, that's not the way to go, So I recommend barbers, if you're worth it, definitely up price yourself, because you're not getting what you're worth. Someone that doesn't have a license or doesn't have the experience that you have is making just as much as you're making or more, and that we can't have that. Now, experience is number 2, and who cuts your hair. Now we're going to go with licensing. One of the things we have in a lot of these, in a lot of states, is that the process of obtaining a license is a little bit pricey. Not only time-wise, but monetarily expensive. Why? Because you have to invest money and time. Sometimes you can't go part-time, you have to do full-time. Sometimes certain states don't have a barber license, they'll have a cosmetology license, which makes it a little bit more expensive. In my case, back in 2012, I paid around $13,000 to $14,000 for my license. And for those of you guys that know what it's like to put yourself through any type of schooling, the schooling system in the United States, it's not easy. So that's going to be a big time investment, which you have to get back. I put myself $14,000 in debt. Now I have to pay that debt back. I got to pay Sally Mae back her money. You know what I mean? So that's another factor. I can get into that more in other videos with you guys if you guys want more of these videos. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section. I encourage you guys to just, keep the conversation going, and we can keep talking about all this. Now, the last reason I'm gonna give you guys on why haircuts are so expensive is simple. It's fairly simple. It's not like a mechanic where it's not as expensive as a mechanic's tools that barbers use, but the tools I've noticed over the years have, as they innovate barber tools, they also jack up the prices. One of the reasons why I made this video is because I always get the latest, the newest tools that I can buy. Let me give you guys an example. Let's see. I'll give you guys a quick example, actually. Here we go. As I was saying before, this trimmer cost $180. So when I started cutting hair back in 2012 or 2010, whenever the heck I started cutting hair, an Andis T-liner, the gray T-liner from the old days, costs you $40. So now we're talking about trimmers that are going for $40, $180. We're talking about 4 or 5 times the price of what it used to cost. Like when you spoke of high-end clippers back in the 2000s, you're talking about Andis Master at $90, 80 max. You're talking about the Wall seniors that were like $60, and now you're talking about $200, $250. Like everything, yeah, I understand that technology is getting better with these wireless trimmers, but at the same time, it's taking a toll in the barber's pocket. It's an investment. I'll give you an example of something that might happen to a barber. I buy these trimmers for $180. I drop them, and now the blade for the trimmers cost $20 to replace. So not only am I spending $180, but every subsequent drop or any little inconvenience let's say the way these trimmers are made, you drop them and you're gonna need a new one. You're gonna need a new pair of trimmers. Trust me. Look at the head on this. This drops and breaks, and I'm pretty sure I would have to invest another $180 on this trimmer. Well, guys, that's the end of the video, and I want to encourage you guys to like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment below. I could keep this conversation going for a half hour to an hour, but for YouTube's sake, I'm just gonna do a 5-minute video on this. Let me know what you guys want to see. Do you guys want to see more review videos? You want to see haircut videos? You guys want to see other things? Let me know, and till next time.